in a Nazi concentration camp have been reawakened in a unique exhibition now on at Glasgow's Kelvingrove Art Gallery.
The artist, 81-year-old Marianne Grant, was just 17 when the Germans occupied Czechoslovakia. She and her mother were held in Auschwitz and Bergen-Belsen until 1945, where her poignant drawings and paintings show life at the height of the Nazi terror. Sharon Frew went along to meet her.
I painted for my life. That's what I actually did. I realised, and he didn't speak to me at all, he just walked forward and backward in his black boots.
Marianne Grant recalls the terror she experienced for 7 years as she endured camps. At the age of 17, as a graphic design student in Prague, she lived for her art. German occupation in 1938 brought an end to her hopes and dreams, but throughout, her spirit and determination to paint survived, a talent which was quickly brought to the attention of the German guards.
He just said, "Painter coming, Mengele wants you, Mengele wants you." If Mengele wanted you, you had to run. You couldn't just walk, you had to run. It had to be the next second. I was sitting in front of him in a wooden hat with a Persian carpet on the floor in Auschwitz, on the muddy floor. And I had to draw with architects' pens, special, which I've never used in my life. It was a beautiful white sheet of paper he had there. And I drew that, and I was shaking because I knew whether if I make a blob on that paper, that was me finished.
Whenever she had materials, Marianne would draw, taking inspiration from her surroundings. At first she could only sketch with pencil, but after receiving a set of watercolours from the Germans, she was able to paint.
They asked me to do Christmas presents and paintings on the walls in their mess hall, and I just saw beauty in everything. I don't know, I was crazy. When you're young, you're crazy.
Some of her art survives. Marianne made her home in Glasgow in 1951, and after years of keeping her work safe, she's given the city's museums the honour of displaying her unique pictures. The exhibition also includes scraps of paper recording the moments of liberation by the British forces.
After a few days, we could hear the tremor of the British Army arriving, which was absolutely wonderful. But we didn't know what it was first. And the whole ground was shaking. It was very emotional. And I could speak English because I had been to English grammar school in Prague already, so I was an interpreter. And I also worked in the office. And I had a job to hand out cigarettes to the British Army. And the boys asked me to paint for them. They saw my pictures, so they bought them from me. And I got £1 a picture.
Accompanying the exhibition, Marianne has also helped to make a small film telling her story in the hope that it may inform and inspire others for many years to come.
Teach them that you shouldn't have prejudice. You shouldn't be prejudiced against other religions, other creeds, other colours. We're all people, we're all the same people. We're all God's creations, and we shouldn't hate. Hatred is a terrible thing.
Amazing, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
That exhibition's on at Glasgow's Kelvingrove Art Gallery at the moment. We're about to take a short break, but when we come back...